Hello there, welcome to the very first episode of Skill Spill. Can't believe I spent so much time on a drawing. Oh my god, I'm literally having a headache right now. I'm giving up. In this series, I will pick a skill and then try to master it in 7 days. So the skill I have chosen for today's episode is digital art. Digital art is a medium where you can do any kind of art without any supplies. Usually when you paint, you need brushes, you need a canvas, you need a paint, you need paint thinners, so on and so forth. But for digital art, all you need is a tablet or whatever utensil that you use to draw, and your fingers or a stylus. But since I'm not a professional digital artist, I'm going to be using only my phone and my fingers to help me draw. And also I'm be using the app called the IBIS Paint X or IBIS Paint X, however you pronounce it. And the education source that we will be using is YouTube and Pinterest and Google sometimes for inspiration. So here's how it works. We break down the skill into 3 different categories: learning, practice, and testing. So come on, let's skill it. Day 1, my task is to educate myself as much as possible and then also get to know the app and get familiar with all the tools. Alright, now we got some knowledge of the internet and some experience of the app that we're going to use. And now let's get our hands in for some practice. For day 2, we have shadows and highlights. The very first thing I want to practice is shadows and highlights. It's because whenever I drew, my drawings used to come out very flat, and that's because I didn't know how shadows and highlights work. So I'm going to take this opportunity to improve myself. And this is how it turned out. For day 3, we have symmetry. I've always seen videos on Pinterest where the artist draws only on one portion of the drawing, but the other portions draw automatically, and it just looks so cool, and I figured out that was called symmetry, so I wanted to try it too. And this is how it turned out. For day 4, we have texture and light source. I thought this would be easy, but I ended up spending more time on this than I thought. And this is how it turned out. For day 5, we have scenery. When I said scenery, I had some Bob Ross paintings in my brain, but I didn't have an exact image. I just thought I'll draw some mountains, some bushes, some happy accidents, and it's gonna look perfect. But that was quite not the case. And this is how it turned out. So I tried again, and this time I had an image in my brain, and this one turned out pretty good. And surprisingly, this is one of my favorites out of all of them. And this is how it turned out. For day 6, we have perspective drawing. Guys, I've been trying to make a rough sketch of a perspective drawing from like the past 2 hours, and why is this so hard? Like, I thought it's not gonna be so hard. Maybe it'll be a little hard, but not so much. I'm literally having a headache right now. I don't know how the architects do it. I'm losing my mind. Just gonna try once more. I'm giving up. Just kidding, I have commitment. Perspective drawings look like they are just normal drawings, but then the amount of effort you have to put in the drawings is just insane, because some people are very gifted to be able to imagine and draw rooms and houses and buildings and sceneries in different perspectives, but personally for me, it was the hardest thing to do in this challenge. Finally comes the day 7, the day of test. So here is how the test goes. there are a couple rules to follow. Rule 1, I have to include everything that I have practiced from day 1 till date in one drawing. Rule 2, no tracing. And rule 3, I have to include a living thing. It could be an animal or a human. I have to draw all of this in one day and all of them in one drawing. Let's see how we overcome this test. As I've been sitting at this table doing this drawing from the past 8 hours and my neck and back are screaming for help, and I still have lots of the drawing left. Oh my god. Wish me luck. Guys, I just finished my day 7 art, and this app allows you to see how much time you spent on the art piece. And see this. Can you see the time? I took 11 hours 14 minutes. Can't believe I spent so much time on a drawing. Oh my god. Tell me how I did, because I spent a lot of time on this. And here is the final results. I think I did pretty good. I followed pretty much all the rules. Everything is pretty clear except for the light source. The light source is actually coming from the phone which she's using, which is hitting on her neck. So that is it for this episode, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you did. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And press the bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a new video. See you all again in the next one. Until then,